Hello my YouTube friends! Do you want to live stream but you don't know how to create an epic overlay? Are you too lazy to learn to make one with free tools? Are you so broke that you can't even buy food? Then this video is for you. Today I'm going to show you how to get free overlays for your live stream. And these aren't just basic overlays. They have multiple screens, custom alerts, and more. They can be used for all types of streams, plus they're easy to set up and use. We have a lot to get to today, so you know what? Let's get to it! We're going to be using Stream Elements for our free overlays. And no, this isn't a sponsored video, I just think Stream Elements offers a great service. And these overlays are free, easy to set up, and really pretty good. It's the perfect thing to share with a new streamer to help you get started really quickly. So let's dive right in and take a look at the different overlays and how to use them with your streams in OBS. Alright, so we start out right here on this page and we're just going to select YouTube, and it's going to ask us to go ahead and select our account. You may have to go through a little more. I already had an account, so I don't have to worry about it. But the next thing that we're going to do is it's going to bring us in here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to Overlays Gallery. And here we have lots and lots of different completely free overlays that we can use, which is just awesome. It really is. So all we have to do is kind of go through here and decide what sort of stream we want to create. And you can actually have different overlays for different games if that's what you wanted to do. There are different styles and everything else. So there is so much in here that you can play around with. And they have holidays and Halloween and that sort of stuff. Really, really cool stuff. You can also do alerts and widgets and that sort of stuff. But we're going to go in, we're going to select themes. And we're just going to go down here. And I like to play kind of medieval RPG type stuff. So let's see if we find something that's going to fit in RGP thing. And I think this Doomhammer one, we'll just select it. It kind of shows you what you're working with. So I think this is going to work out just perfectly. I like it. I like it. So all you have to do is select the create my overlay, and it's going to create all of these little links. So it's super easy to do. What we're going to do is pop right over here into OBS, and I'm going to go to profiles, and I'm going to create a new profile, and we'll just call this game stream, and we don't need the auto configuration wizard for this. And then we're going to go to our scene collection, and we are going to create a new one, and we'll call this game stream. Let's reset the UI here so it's more typical of what you guys are looking for. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to scene, and we're just going to rename this. I'm going to call this one game, and we'll click the plus here, and we're going to go to browser, and we'll call this game source. Click OK, and we're going to set it up so it is 1920 by 1080, which is the size of our screen. Now my main scene isn't going to have any audio or anything like that, so we're not going to control the audio. And all we have to do is go over into here and select our main scene. So we've got game right here, talk, start, be right back, and end. So we're just going to take our game scene and we're going to go into OBS and we're going to paste that in here. And boom. That sets up our game scene, which would be here in the back, and our camera right here. What I'm going to do for this particular thing is I'm going to create a camera scene. So we're just going to call this ns-camera. And what I'm going to do then is go ahead and add a camera in here. So we're going to go to video capture device. I'll call this cam. You definitely want to name your stuff so you can find it later. Got the right camera there. Go ahead and move down here to use custom audio device so I can select the exact microphone that I want to use. We're all set. And let's turn this that way so everybody looks like it's normal. So now when we come back in here, all we have to do is go ahead and add a scene. And we're going to just add our camera scene. And we can shrink this down and put it in here. There we go. And we'll just move it behind our source, and that looks pretty good. I think we're in there the way it should be. And then all we would have to do is add a game in here. I use display capture to capture my games, so what I'm going to do is just select the display that my games are normally going to be on. We're going to go ahead and click the plus, and we're going to go to our display capture, and we'll call this game. Click OK, and we'll call this game cap. Since our scene is called game, we can't do that, so we're going to call that game cap. And actually, I'm not going to select my usual monitor. We'll just select that one. And we'll do this, and we'll just move that down to the bottom. And there we go. So now when our game is playing, it's going to be on the background. We have a camera set up. Our game scene is all set up. And by the way, this stuff is already all set up for the alerts. So that's awesome. Let's set up our next scene, and let's quick pop over here and see what is next. Talk. So let's call this next one talk, and we'll click OK. We're going to click here, and we're going to go to our browser again. We'll call this talk scene and click OK. And 1920 by 1080, and we'll go ahead and paste our link in there. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to copy the link, and we'll paste it in here. And once again, I don't have any control audio in this one. There's no need to. I'm going to click OK, and there we go. So now our scene is on. You can see we've got all of the stuff up here where it's supposed to be. And all we need to do is put our camera in there. So we'll click the plus, and we'll go to scene, and we'll add our camera. Click OK, and we'll just shrink this down so it is in the proper area, or some facsimile, and we'll bring it down, and boom, there we go. We're all set up for our camera as well. So we can adjust it up and down, do whatever we want. We're all set. Let's take a look at what our next scene is going to be over here. We're going to do a start scene. So let's go over to OBS, and we'll click our little plus down here, start, and we're going to click the plus, and we're going to go here, and we're going to go to our browser, and we're going to call this start scene. Click the OK button, and also 1920 by 1080. And all we need to do is get our link. So we're going to go here, and we're going to get our start animated scene, and we'll copy that out. Now this one could very well have sound, and so we will add the sound in here. We're going to paste our link, and we're going to do control audio via OBS right here, and click OK, and there we go. So there it is. Has a countdown, which appears to be not centered, but I'll show you how we can fix that in a minute. Let's go and add all of our scenes first before we start playing around with this. The next one is going to be our Be Right Back. And the process for all of these is obviously exactly the same. We add our scene, and then we're gonna add our source, which is a browser source, and we'll call it Be Right Back source. We'll go ahead and put our source in here, Be Right Back. Again, might have audio, so we're gonna select it and click OK. Boom, there we go. And then what we're gonna do is we have one more, and this is our end scene. I'm gonna just copy the link now. We're gonna go over here, and we're gonna type end, and we're gonna select browser source and end scene. Put our browser source in there, and we're gonna go ahead and control audio here, and boom. So now we have our end scene in there as well. Everything looks absolutely fantastic. I think the only one was this timer right here. So let me show you how you can fix that. What we're gonna do is go over here, and we'll select go to my overlays, and you can see that your overlays are right here, and they have them all separated out. So they got the stream ended, and they've got starting soon and all that stuff. So we can just go into starting soon right here, and we can take our time and just move it over into the proper location. Click save, and then if we go over here into our OBS, you can see that our time is now in the proper location. All of this stuff is already set up, so we can go in and adjust this. So this would be your YouTube link, your Facebook link, your Instagram, your Twitter. So all we have to do is go into the actual scene here, and we can change that text. So right here is the YouTube one. So when we go to the YouTube one, we can go down here to settings, and right here is the message. So mine would be right there, and that's, there we go. And I can come over here and adjust it, move it wherever I want. And if it gets wonky like that, just go ahead and let it go, and then use your arrow keys on your keyboard to move it around. We can go back to layers, and we'll go to Facebook, and we'll go down here to settings, and super simple. Instagram, I don't even remember what it is. I think my Twitter one I might know, and the Instagram one could be the same as that. I don't really know. I don't remember what my Instagram is. Let's just go ahead and change it just in case. All right, so we're all set there, and obviously you could change all of the text for all this. These are the icons, which are the things that are showing up here. So you can actually modify all of these things if you want. You can remove the background, all the, there's just so much stuff that you could do to modify these up and make them however you want. You can move this stuff around, change the fonts, whatever. You can see we've got my name down here, but we could modify that as well. All of this stuff is absolutely 100% modifiable. And it already has an alert box in here as well. So you can see the subscriber alert, member alert, super chat alert. Those are all already in here, and they are going to function. So if we go here, we can emulate a subscriber event, see what that might look like. And there we go. And obviously if we go over into OBS, we can see that that is there as well. And so we can move that subscriber event over here or anywhere we want. They're already set up and ready to go. And what I'm going to do is move this over here so I can trigger it, and you guys can see what happens with the audio and stuff. So we'll trigger a tip event, and there we go. And you can see that it actually does the audio for the tip event. It comes on exactly like it's supposed to. Now if you have problems with it playing double audio or something like that, you go over here and you mute this right here so it doesn't play through your speakers. And then what we can do is go back over here, and what I'll do is I'll trigger a super chat event, and we'll see that we're still getting sound. There we go. So we're still getting the sound there, but we didn't obviously hear it. The reason why we're getting sound is because in properties we set control audio via OBS. You might remember that we didn't set control audio via OBS here in our properties in our game scene. And so it's possible that in our game scene we won't get audio for this stuff. So there we go. We have our camera, but we don't have our audio. So what we're going to want to do is go ahead and control the audio via OBS so that when our alerts do come on over here in this scene, we're going to actually get the alert. So let's trigger it and see what happens. There we go. We got a sponsored, and the actual alert sound did play. Try another one. And there we go. So the alert sound does play. Obviously we don't have it playing out loud. If we had our headphones in, we would be able to hear it because that's where our source for the audio is going. And I believe on the talk scene, we also set it to not play. So let's go into properties and control audio via OBS. And now we're all set. So now we can have everything all set up. All of this stuff is all set up. You can see we've got our Twitter and Instagram, so we'll have to go into our talk scene and adjust that stuff as well. So if we want to reset our timer, I believe we have to go back, we have to go out, and then we have to go in, and then we have to go into our timer scene, and it resets the clock. And then you're going to see over here we've got a reset clock. So if we wanted to reset the time, we'll just go back in here. We'll exit out and we'll just go back in, and it's going to reset our time. So that's how you reset the countdown timer on this particular layout. I can't see any other way to do that, and that's really the only wonky piece of the whole thing. So you can see that you can easily just log in with your YouTube account or your Twitch account or whatever account you want and easily select from hundreds of different overlays that you can use absolutely free. They're pretty customizable. They already have the alerts set up. Doesn't mean you can't set up your own custom alerts as well, but these look really, really good, and they're really easy to set up. Go in there and take 5 minutes, especially if you're not going to just change up all the text and everything. Maybe you pick an overlay that doesn't have all that text. But even if you have to go in there and change all the text and save it out, you can see that it really took only about 5 minutes to set this up. And this is just one of the hundreds of overlays. They already have everything built right in. So I can basically set up my YouTube channel, go in there and select an overlay, and 10 minutes later, I'm ready to stream. It's pretty awesome stuff. Now, I told you that was easy, and they really are cool overlays. If you want to see how to create your own custom overlay using free software, you should check this video out. And if you're always looking for tools, tips, and tricks to help make you a better live streamer or YouTuber, subscribe to the channel. My name is Michael Feyrer Jr. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.